Now, I'm wondering whether we can say this recent dialing down in geopolitics is perhaps behind this recent move up in the long end of the yield curve when you look at treasuries.
In part, that's true. I mean, certainly, we were in an environment for several weeks of flattening of the yield curve. Markets have now moved towards pricing in almost 4 hikes, or at least towards 4 hikes. And we're seeing some of the pressure now being built on the longer end. And so, we've been seeing a bit of bear steepening. I think that's a trend that continues. The real question is this psychologically important 3% level, will it be breached? At the moment, the pressure remains. As you say, some of the dialing down in tensions, in risk aversion, may be having some impact there, as well as expectations of continued strong growth in the US. And of course, as we know in the background, we have the fiscal deficit, which is going to be substantially increased because of tax cuts. So all of this is obviously playing negatively for Treasury yields. So perhaps the pressure will remain in the short term. But I think ultimately it's hard to see a move sustained above these sort of 3% levels in US 10 years.
Yeah, I was actually about to ask you, Mitchell. I mean, just this morning, Australia sold 2029 bonds at a yield of what? Just under, I think, 2.88 or 2.89%. Bid to cover there was close to 6. I mean, with demand like that, can we really expect yields to move sustainably higher from here?
That's right. I think demand still remains pretty strong. We look at, for instance, investment flows from Asia, certainly from Japan. They're still pretty robust at this point in time, diversifying away for some extent from Japanese assets. So we will see strong demand for bonds, and that's going to keep some bid for bonds and obviously keep a cap on yields. But like I say, I think you have got an environment where, certainly with a strong growth environment where you've got fiscal issues, fiscal deterioration, certainly in the US, that's a potential pressure points that could keep yields elevated.